Hey folks, as you can see here, I've got Claude open. I am in Claude Cowork, and I am in the chat area here, and I already kind of pre-selected this, but selected a folder where I want it to do its actual work. So what I am going to have it do is actually create the files for us for the little demo that I wanted to do in the video today. So I am going to paste my prompt in here. Of course, I always use the wasteful hi and acknowledgements and etc. I'm sure the Anthropic founders don't like that, but I'm going to continue with that for overlords here for a while. I'm asking it to just create 12 PowerPoint presentations in the folder I've given it access to, one for each month of 2025. I've given it a naming convention. And then just to kind of mix it up a little bit, I wanted to see, a little variation of what you can actually do here. Actually asked it to go into each file and put a little bit of information on the file. It just says, hey, is this an example slide? Just wanted to see if that was even possible. So I am going to kick this off. And you will see here that, it does a little bit of thinking and kind of shows you what it's planning to do. This normally takes just a few seconds here. It is telling us that it's now running its skill, which you can see over here is the PowerPoint skill. It created its own to-do list up here, so you can see what it says it's going to do and the progress it's making on that. You can see here that it actually needs to go ahead and install some things here. Now it's actually going through and running those scripts. And it has now gone through, it says. So we will go out there and look at that as well. It says each one contains a slide. It says example slide as I asked it to do. So we're going to go out and verify this. And there's my LinkedIn and all these other things I have open. So we're going to go into Claude Cowork. And you can see here some of my Claude Cowork test. You can see here at 12:10 just happened seconds ago. It has created all of the different files for the months here. You can see it's out of order, of course, because it's going alphabetically. But let's just click into April here. And we can see here that it has actually gone into that. And let's just spot check it in a couple places. And so you can see here, April and July. So just confirming it didn't just do it to the first one that it spit out. It's doing it there all throughout. Just double check. September is another spot check. So you can see it has gone through and created those decks and put some information in them. So we'll talk some more about, why would you ever want to do the putting the information in each one of those a little bit later. We'll do another demo on that, but just wanted to test that out in terms of functionality. But as you could see here, all of the files do say 2025. That was intentional because the one thing that I did want to do, and this is something I've had to do, unfortunately, in some very manual labor intensive jobs that I had previously, would be to say, for example, go back through each of these files and rename it for 2026. So I am going to ask Claude if it can do that for me as well. So going back in Claude, um, saying Claude. So, and now I'm using Claude instead of Cowork. It responds to either, luckily, because I'm not keeping that consistent. And I am telling it, hey, go back through that folder, change only the year portion of the file name, and change it to 2026, everything else should remain the same. So, in a glance at that really quick, you see just the month and the year portion in there. I'm going to click go. You can actually kind of watch this happen as it goes, but we're going to go through the same process here of it kind of kicking off and thinking about what it needs to do and etc. This one typically happens even faster than the previous one. We're going to wait on that for just a quick second. You can see here the actual steps popping up again and the progress it's making up there. And voila, you don't even have to wait for it to confirm and say that it's done. You can actually see that happening there in the file itself. So definitely some potential here with the co-work. I believe that Gemini, actually in Chrome, actually has a co-pilot sort of thing that you can use as well. But this is pretty handy thing by Claude here that I'll definitely explore some more.